Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today we're going to be doing the Gems of War Guild Wars week 58, day 3, and today is a blue day. So most likely going to be bringing out the Azura with all the pretty standard stuff, basically just build entirely around Azura. You can do that with Korvash, you can do that with Dawnbringer, can do that with any of the heavy blue mythics if you have any of them. Yeah, it's an okay day. It is slightly one of the weaker ones just because I feel like a lot of people don't bother setting really good defense here, luckily. But the options we have are just really average overall. There's also the weird thing of Undyne, countering Undyne. And I don't know if I'll have it today, but there are some blue days where it's basically just a battle of the Undynes. Oh yeah, I ended up revamping it too. I forget if I actually tested this yet. We were messing around with a blue guild war for the following time just to try to mix it up a bit. And I guess I ended up going into bronze. Like, I guess we could try that. Yeah, it's a lot different than what I normally run. But we can make that work. The whole premise of this team is we're using a Bronzlock pistol one-shot team. We deal triple damage to burning enemies. And the extra 5 attack in PvP does still count. Guild Wars does count as PvP, so anything that says PvP does give you the bonus within Guild Wars, so do be mindful of that. But, yeah, we gain the extra 5 attack. We have triple damage on skulls. We have 20% extra damage based on armor, which is pretty high. We're gaining 1 to all stats per turn. We have Blue Storm to synergize with the destroys off our weapon. And we have Queen Isabel to give it higher attack, make sure it doesn't die, and yeah, pretty much just go from there. So yeah, we'll give this a shot. I don't think we've ever even used this yet. I ended up switching to this at the end of last Blue Guild Wars because I think we went like 4-1, and I was like, okay, we need to finally change our blue team already. So yeah, we'll change it up for once. I'm pretty sure we haven't ran this yet. I'm not sure if we're getting any bonus. I think we're getting a slight bit for, yeah, Sword's Edge. Well, that and obviously a pure blue. But we're getting 13 extra armor, which normally would be pretty bad, but we actually do use armor for damage in this case. 20% of it does count for skull damage on our hero. So, yeah, we'll give this a test run, see how good or bad it does. It is using 2 mythics, but there's other alternatives like Korvash, Azura, and stuff like that. But, yeah, let's give it a shot, see how it goes, and go from there. But hello, everyone. Hope you all had a good Valentine's Day. Hello, Ziplam. Hello, Xmoss. Hello, Overfiend. Let's see. You ate cheese and Triscuits. That sounds like fun. Hello, Captain. Hello, Zach. Hello, Steve. Hello, Avalone. Hello, Jomo. Hello, Zach. Could you make a video showing good defend teams for each Guild War color? We already have a video on that. Yeah, if you just search the channel real quick, we should have a video on that, and it should be pretty much up to date because most of the teams shown in it, at least the earlier game teams anyways, would be the exact same. End game might be slightly different, but yeah, most of them are still relevant. Like every single one showed in the video, I believe, is still viable, last I recall. Let's see. Hello, Alator. Hello, Strotnium Cat, and hello, Churros. Welcome, everyone. Okay, so right off the bat, what do we actually need? Problem is we have a really high mana cost, and Bronzlock Pistol does not initially give us a lot of mana back. So I guess we have to focus on getting Queen Isabel as our focus, and then go from there. So we'll grab a blue upwards. We'll now throw this onto hero. And we can start getting the combo now. Actually, we probably could have already been getting the combo, but we have enough damage to one-shot everything. Before I do that, though, let me do a little poke here and just get the burn. So you can see he's burning. We're using Dragon Guard for a reason, and that is the exact reason. We do triple damage to anything that is currently burning. So, yeah, it is really easy for us just to kill things with burning. So, one nice thing about that, too... Oh, I forgot to take a purple. No! All the uhs. Okay, anyways, that was a bad move. But, that's what I get for running at 4 times speed. But one nice thing about Bronzlock Pistol is it does apply to burn after the fact, and I can't really use that well right now because I just kind of ruined what I was doing. But, the burn, if we kill one of these, the burn does apply to the next one down the line. Okay, now that I made that gigantic mistake, I'm going to have to... What do we do now? You have immune to burning, don't you? No, you don't. Okay, that's good. You do, though. What do we let him do now? I guess I have to let him Ward Breaker and just hope he doesn't go crazy, because I have to silence that. So we'll do that. He'll Ward Breaker, hopefully miss. He does miss, so that's good. So we'll get our mana. We'll kill out the summon, just so he can't summon anymore. That burns that uselessly, but oh well. We didn't buff our hero. We're frozen on blue. Do we take it? I think we go for a 3. Why not? We obviously don't take a 4 because we're frozen, but we'll take it that way. Grab a little bit of mana. Green we're not frozen on, so we can take it. Oh no! But it gives us... okay, you know what? Alternative plan. We'll go and use Bronzok here. So we'll do that just to get rid of all that mess. We do extra turn, but it's frozen. Going to need another silence thingy. Could probably kill it with the Bronzok pistol follow-up too. Let's see, are we frozen on red? No, let me grab that in case we can randomly get a skull. Doesn't look like it. Options. Can't really mana burn him because he has immune. Wait, you do have immune, right? Yeah, Impervious is immune. Okay, so we can poke him really hard. That'll also help keep our hero from not dying, which is good. So right here, for example, the burn will go into the next troop. So as you can see right there, we end up placing the burn onto the next one. So we can do that to always make sure we have them burned. Wasn't really able to utilize that too much this battle, just because this battle went really bad due to me giving him that purple there. But, oh well, still comes through. Looks like it still works. Has a slow start, but once it gets going, it's pretty good. Main difficulty is getting that gold so we actually get mana accumulation. Otherwise, Queen Isabel's our only means of mana accumulation, which takes quite a while since she takes 15 mana and can only take 1. Oh, we're into this now. That's going to be annoying. So here's the Undyne teams. Does he not have immune to burning? Yes, he does not have immune to burning. Nor does his hero with what he currently has set. I think I'm going to use what I'm currently using and just hope we don't get silenced. Nothing on my team has immune, so hopefully he doesn't get it all. Well, we'll see here. We'll take that, keep grabbing manas here and there. Oddly enough, Champion of Anu is almost our first thing up. At this point, it almost might just be better to feed him. Do have to be careful what his green to brown is, though at the moment it looks like he gets nothing from it. Wait, how do we not have barrier? Oh, did I trade? No. Gain barrier at the start of battle. Where did our barrier at the start of battle go? Oh, he got rid of it with Cursed. He did 2 HP damage to everything and it got rid of our barrier. Really? That's unfortunate. Well then, okay. Well, he doesn't currently have alignment, so let's just take the skull then, since he got rid of my thing. Oh, there's another skull. I'll grab that. Do we hit Undyne? He's the most important thing to kill, but if he's already going to get burned, it probably doesn't matter, but he's the biggest threat, so I guess we do still target him. That brings hero to 1-shot. All we have to do is take a skull. Problem is we have to find a skull. Start getting Queen Isabel up. There goes all the brown, which is actually bad because now he's going to go do that into his into the Undyne, and I can't actually stop it. Might almost be better off just going a red and then silencing him. So we'll do that instead of trying to counter his brown. So it's probably better just to go for him. He does have Enrage that will almost kill us, but it's not enough, so we'll just go and silence the Undyne. Oh, he has immune. No, he doesn't. Never mind. Some of these do have immune. I believe it's the Woods one. The one that, oh, which one is that from? I think the one's from Forest of Florence. The Wood Elves one of Mana Shield ends up having immunity to silence, but all the others do not, so that's nice. What do we need here? I guess we take brown just so he doesn't get as much mana, so we'll do that. There's Bronzok Pistol, apparently free turn as well. Perfect. Take a blue surge in any way that does not give him mana. I think that one's fine. Tried for blue, didn't get it. Now he's Bronzok Pistol. Hero is still in kill range, but we still don't have that skull, nor the burn. But we'll just poke Undyne because Undyne's still the biggest threat. Kind of funny that we have Undyne silenced because normally he's the one silencing our entire team. Do we go for another blue? I guess so, and try killing out his Undyne directly. He can't gain any mana for it at the moment, but he's about to very soon. Okay, what do we have? Let's go grab... Did he just do a magic reduction? No, okay, that's fine. If he did, that would have not been good, because then Bronzok probably wouldn't have been enough damage if he did. So he'll do one other thing. Need him to stop taking turns. Luckily, he doesn't have any more left for Undyne. I could take a skull to kill him right now, but unfortunately he's about to silence my entire team, so the priority is kill Undyne. Oh, that one destroy got rid of the skull. I could have double killed that. So we got unlucky. But now we just take all of our mana, make sure everything gets up, skull him. Wow, he actually survived that. And let's see, we'll take Brown, make sure we don't accidentally take one of the ones we don't have an extra turn on. I can hit all of them. I don't know if I want to use it for that, though. I think I want to use it for silence. So right here, we're just going to buff our hero. Actually, I could go buff something else that's close to death, but then again, hero's the only thing kind of close. Nothing else that gives him slightly higher attack. Wait, that wasn't enough to kill? I guess because his... Oh, okay. I guess he just didn't have an high enough attack. I guess I really underestimated how low that attack was. But that's fine. Okay, so these two can't really do much to us, other than keep lowering our attack to 0, which is annoying. You don't have a mean to burn, right? You have a mean to a lot of things, but burn is not one of them. So we'll go destroy. We're almost at max gold. We progressively keep getting stronger and stronger as the battle keeps going, simply because we gain 1 to all stats per turn, as well as more gold, which is giving Bronze-Lock pistols more destroys. And worst comes to worst, we even have backup summon too. We have it off of Scotty or Skady, however you say her name. I always say her name incorrectly. Anyways, we'll grab a blue here, and this into a skull is enough to kill. Except I can't take the skull yet. I need it to be burning. And I guess we'll take this, get a little bit more mana off it, so it preserves our score a little bit higher. I feel like our score is a little bit low though, probably more towards 9,200, 9,300. But this team is doing really good at not dying, if nothing else. Because we haven't gotten close yet, even after making gigantic mistakes. But it's also because Blue Day doesn't tend to have as hard of defense, though. I don't feel like most people set their harder ones to stay. Probably some people that do, but for the most part, I don't think most do. Is Queen Titania worth crafting? Kind of. She's one of the highest damage output troops in the entire game as far as cast damage is concerned, which is obviously pretty useful. That's only if she's fully traded, of course, though. But, yeah, she's a really great troop to have. Would highly advise having her. If she's actually worth crafting, I'm not sure. If you already have quick options, I wouldn't really say it's worth it. But if you needed something to speed up your PvP teams in particular, she's really good for doing that. The main thing you would use her for is running her in basically every single PvP battle you ever do. Alchemist Moneylender Yagwe Queen Titania is one of the cheaper ways, and if you need it even cheaper, Alchemist Moneylender Goblin Rocket Queen Titania, and that's all ultra rare below other than her. I'm actually just gonna take the skull here. Oh, that gives him red. That was actually within sight too. So what do we do here? I can actually silence him, but he has stealthy, so never mind. I can't silence him. Though we do have exactly enough to kill him. I can go do this, and this will do 58 damage, which is his exact value. And there we go. Also, Queen Jezebel does get reduced based on magic, not on skull mitigation. So if they have spell mitigation, it'll resist it. But something like Stone Skin or something will not. 84, that is not enough. So what we're going to do is Bronze-Lock Pistol him. That'll place Burn, and that's enough to kill and dead. That was 240, or 252 damage, that was. One single hit, not even counting the Bronze-Lock Pistol. Just the skull itself, because of the triple damage. And why are they running Skeleton Key teams on defend? And with Bonnie Rose, too, making it even weirder. Normally you would use Egg Thief if you're going to bother using that on defend. But I personally wouldn't even advise using that on defend. It's more of a offensive team, because the AI doesn't necessarily use it correctly. It likes spamming Cedric and stuff like that, which is obviously stuff you do not do when you're normally using the team. You don't ever cast Cedric unless you're in a dire need just to get a summon. Not die off of. Well, we'll take that off. Get a little bit of mana everywhere. Not really the mana we needed, but there wasn't much of a choice. Does he seriously keep hitting us with Cursed? No, this time he ended up hitting us with the Explosion, probably, off his Brown, because he doesn't have Cursed. But he keeps finding a way to get rid of my starting barrier. Every single one of these teams. I think the very first battle we had it, but every battle since we've not had it. Also, whoa, Bonnie Rose. Oops. She heard me underestimating her and then just hit us with an absurd amount of damage. That's not good. Okay, let's go do that. That should get rid of the skull so he doesn't tap us. Well, that technically didn't happen, but luckily Bonnie Rose has no clue how to aim. So that saved us. Okay. What do we need here? I need either a blue or a green Surge. Neither are available. Brown Surge works too, I guess. So we'll go for that. Oh, we get both. Perfect. So, how much damage is that? It's enough. That's how much damage it is. Which one do I do first? One single skull is not enough, so I am going to do this so we can go and place a burn on it. And now we go give it an attack buff, and that will guarantee be way more than enough to one-shot it. There we go. Dead. Then again, it did have a 30% chance to dodge skulls, so that wouldn't have been good. Luckily, it didn't get it. It was using Archer there. And now we just one-shot it with Hero once we find a skull. Problem is finding a skull. I can go drain him. All that's really going to do is get rid of his HP gain, though. There's not much we need in doing that. I think I might stop him, though. I'm not sure. No, let's take a blue here. Where do we want it, though? No, every way gives him mana. But then again, he doesn't actually use red, so I guess it's fine. We'll let him have it. Okay. What can we use to kill him with here? I don't think anything can directly one-shot him. So we probably just drain him into Queen, what's her name? Queen Isabel. That should be enough. Yeah, 96 damage. He has 93 HP and dead. There we go. Hello, Demon or Angel. Welcome. Okay, one last attempt. Or one last battle, I mean, not attempt. But, yeah, our score's a... Whoa. Our score's a lot lower. But it could have just been from a few of those bad battles. I think we might give it a chance again, just to see how it fends. But wow, that's actually really low. We were doing like 9,800 with one loss earlier. Ooh, didn't see that freeze right off the bat. That's not good. Making the same mistake as the second battle, except this time it's to freeze. But we'll take our blue there, get a bronze lock down. Do we do it on first, or is it enough damage regardless? I think it's not, so just to make... Oh, I forgot to take green. And we weren't frozen on it either. The problem of taking moves too quickly. Anyways, what do we need? What do we need? I guess we go and try getting pistol back up. Best way to do that is to take a blue. Does that give him extra turn or anything? Doesn't look like it, because those two browns will be there and there, right? Yeah, it'll be there, it'll be there. That doesn't give him anything, so we'll do that. Oh, yes, it does. It gives him 5 times. Well, then. I'm missing so many things. Okay, we'll go and just get rid of his... Actually, do we want to get rid of his barrier? Because this thing needs to just die already. We'll do that. We're going to lose our hero any second now. Is there any way we can cascade it? Yes, we can. We can take this green into his skull, and that will not do anything bad. There we go. Oh, wow. He actually got a mirror kill. Wait, his entire team is just anti-blue. I just realized that now. Every single thing on his team is a anti-blue troop. That's kind of funny. All right, we get rid of his barrier. Hero is somehow still alive until he devoured it, because, of course, only a 30% chance, yet he still finds a way. Luckily, we could still win with what we have left. It is not over until, basically until Queen, Scotty ends up going down, because she can keep summoning Queen Mabs, and then we just have infinite Queen Mabs over and over again. So worst comes to worst, that is our game plan, and apparently that's our game plan, because that's our only option at this point. So we'll go take that. That'll give us a drain. We throw the drain first. We throw the burn first so that we do more damage, and then we throw the drain in there. So we'll do that. Get our Queen Map summoned right up front. Basically just a meat shield. I could directly go and hit him, but I think our biggest threat is to get rid of this thing that has Devour, as well as 107 attack, because he got a Devour on... Never mind, he has Stealthy. Well, that determines our choice. Well then. Double Stealthy. I have never seen this thing actually used realistically. Yet, of course, it somehow manages to get a 30% Devour when we're actually doing Guild Wars. Pretty much the only time I've ever really seen it. He better not get another one. It is only 30%. He's not supposed to Devour every time. Sure feels like it, though. Good. Okay, he didn't get it that time. So we could easily win off of that, then. We have Queen Mab ready to go. Got our skull there. We can just throw this on the first slot. Everything still keeps gaining 1 stat per turn. And it's going to be a very shaky win, but it should still be a win. So we'll do that. That'll be enough to get Queen Mab to kill it down. That will do slightly more because he has more mana now. And he does not Devour. If he did, that could have still been us losing the battle. Luckily, he did not. It's actually still technically possible if he gets really lucky with skulls. I don't want to cast Skady one more time before we end the battle, but that's probably not going to be able to happen. skull I have to take because he hits so hard with it. Plus it gets us a kill anyway, so might as well. He probably kills whatever he touches. I can't really stop that though. It also has immune to mana burn, so no point even casting her at this point since the other one's already dead. So let's throw a yellow for now. That does kill our summon, which means we could still lose this. Luckily, all we have to do is hit it with Champion of Anu, and worst comes to worst, we still win because it's just going to perpetually be silenced, pretty much. Oh, that'll also get rid of its immune to mana burn, so we could actually hit it with a mana burn here if we want. I don't think I want to do that, though, but that is what we're going to do. So we'll go take ourselves a red, start getting his mana up. That'll be like a last resort kill, because it's not currently enough damage. It's only, what, 44? Yeah, because they have no mana, that's only going to be 44 damage, which is not enough to kill. What do we take? What do we take? Yellow. Do we need it? Well, let's grab that first. Get our free skull. And that's enough to kill off a mana burn. A weird... Oh! It got unstunned! I should count the amount of fails we had this time. I think that was the 6th fail. I really should put it on lower speed. But when I put it on lower speed, it just felt like we were playing in slow motion. It didn't actually really help too much in picking better moves. I just need to slow down when I take my moves. That's sad, we almost just lost that, but luckily, here's the final kill. Okay, if that's over 9,000, that is insane. But it should be like an 8,800 or 8,900. Okay, it's over 9,000 somehow. I'm gonna give it another shot next time. And be better. But I feel like that team has potential. We'll give it another shot, see what happens. But, wow, did I do awful. Let's see. Looks like we were getting a lot of 4-1s in there, so I guess we didn't do too bad, but still made at minimum 6 huge mistakes. But oh well. It was enough to get all battles. Oh, also, by the way, they have this flash offer. I believe they just added it, like, what, last night, so I wasn't able to really make much mention on it. Is it worth it? Kind of. It's still slightly less value than doing daily gems. Because spending $10 worth of daily gems is, what, 450 gems. Though that's over the course of a month, whereas this is just instantaneously. And instead of having 50 extra gems, it basically gives you an Imp of Love instead. Imp of Love is pretty underwhelming. They did buff all the imps a little while back. I believe they might be doing another imp rework soon, I'm not even sure. But overall, it's not really that good. All it really does is just do a random charm, a bit of scatter damage. Okay for early game, but things like Lamia, things like almost any other charmer in the game tends to be a little bit better than Imp of Love in most situations. But, yeah, for collection purposes, maybe. But you'd mainly be doing it for the gems, I feel like, if you were going to bother spending that. It's an okay offer, nothing too exceptionally good, but good enough that if you wanted to, it could be okay. Imp of Love should be in the drop table, though. For whatever reason, I think one of the notifications said it wasn't. Oh no, this was just saying that the Imp of Love is giving extra souls out. But no, Imp of Love should be in the standard drop tables right now. Even the game files end up saying that. So all Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests should just have an Imp of Love anyways in them. Of course, it's random chance, but he should be droppable from those right now. All of February and all of March, he should be available. So if you don't get him from that, it's still really easy to obtain, even if you don't currently own it. You'll probably get it on the next Mythic opening when you try for whenever the next Mythic is. But anyways, oh yeah, we have Vault Event next weekend, of course, as I mentioned on Monday. That's in 5 hours, 27 minutes. That lasts from Friday reset in that time, all the way until 3 days, 5 hours, and 27 minutes from now on Monday reset. So you have 3 days to go and farm up a bunch of stuff with that. We'll be doing that quite intensely. Hopefully hit at least 10 vault keys, if not more. And since there's no announcement of a new gnome coming, I believe we will open every vault key immediately. So we'll get to see some fun drops from that. This legend's still available till next Monday reset, same time ending as the vault event. Guild Wars, same thing. The event, same thing. Everything, same thing. Every single event currently going on ends on Monday. Only thing that doesn't is the flash offer that ends tomorrow, or at the end of tomorrow, on Saturday morning. But anyways, what other things do we need to go do? Let's go do dungeons. Oh yeah, class event. Class event. We already finished this hero class. It's such a useless one. I went over teams with this on Monday, but basically all I'm doing is this, that, That and a Dawnbringer. Well, let's go claim 25 free souls real quick, I guess. Let's see, what do we need here? We need troops. No, not troops. We need banner, 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 banner. We need the banner of +2 brown. Oh, no. Do the blue one. We need the blue one to feed it. Where's the blue one? Forget what coloration it was. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I know there's a banner that gives +2 blue, +1 one of his other colors, -1 a color we don't use. That's not it. There it is. +2 blue, +1 yellow, -1 green, which gives everything we need for our Dawnbringer. Oh yeah, I need to set my hero class so we actually gain EXP. Let's just do Necromancer. Actually, do we do Necromancer? It has half mana start, but it doesn't give +5 to the weapon. Problem is I have every other hero class maxed. That would help it. Every single hero class that has a half mana start that would actually feed it mana I already have maxed. I guess we'll just use Titan then. Titan or Frost Mage. Frost Mage if you want even more Frost Mage EXP. But of course we just actually recently maxed that out, oddly enough, so can't really utilize that. But yeah, I guess we'll just go with Titan. Like Titan or Thief or something. Actually, yeah, we'll go with Thief. Just so we can get extra turn damage in there as well. Okay, should be good to go now. What does this weapon count as? A sword. That does not give any benefit to swords. But almost nothing does. But anyways, let's get into it. Oh, you're crafting in Furnace on Sunday. Very nice. Great thing to have, that's for sure. Also, once we finish out this event, we'll go and hand out a redeem code as well. On top of the 25 gems. Or, you know, we're getting the 25 gems from the event, though. Yeah, definitely worth doing at least the free battles for class events, if nothing else. Not really too good of a value to actually go throw gems at them. But still, getting the 25 free gems for doing several battles. As long as you don't lose a single Valraven or a single battle, you end up getting 25 gems, which isn't too bad. Even if you do lose some, you still get like 15 gems or something in a pretty quick amount of time. And you don't have to use Dawnbringer. You can be using something like Black Mantle or really any AoE weapon this early. And for later ones, you'd have to switch to Mang anyways. As far as the rest of your team, you don't really have too many options. Almost every single combination of what's available is bad. The only reason we're currently using what we're using is because this gives us Blue Storm, and all three of these are yellow, which use Dawnbringer. But basically, just cover every single color. You can use Snow Guardian, or Freya, and like something else that you might have laying around in the kingdom. There's not too many options this week, unfortunately, for this event. It's pretty underwhelming what we have to choose from, that's for sure. Let's see. What would you say is a good total score? A good total score? Anything above 50,000 is, I'd say, fine, because that leaves some leeway for losing some. But yeah, anything over 50,000, I would say, is an okay score. Anything above 40,000 is non-kickable. And anything below that is pretty much, at least in late game anyways, is pretty much you lost Guild Wars. And you might even want to consider kicking at that point if it's consistently losing. And that's just because the players just might not have enough stuff yet to really be in that high of a guild. But yeah, anything above 50,000 is good. Anything above 55,000 is really good. And anything above 40,000 is you did okay. But that's more so for end game. Earlier on in the game, that scoring system is a bit different because it is really difficult to get high scores in early game for multiple reasons. One is your guild might have a lower percent for using pure color. Another is you can't really use pure color because you don't have as many options, and even if you did, this stuff is just harder and higher stats. And the other thing is everything, like I said, has higher stats than you. So you sometimes have to use only 2 of a color or 3 of the color, or some other weird teams, or even just use your normal PvP team, which lowers your score by a lot, and stuff like that, because it's a lot more difficult just overall for newer players. You don't have as many choices, higher stats, and just everything is kind of against you. But for late game, yeah, it's basically 40,000 is okay, over 50,000 is good, and over 55,000 you did really good. It's pretty much the scoring system for Guild Wars, pretty much. Okay. Oops, I was entangled. Why'd I do that? Let's just take a red. Grab a Dawnbringer on him. Also, I have controller set up and I'm barely even using it. There we go. Hello, Mojican, welcome. You just joined the stream. Do you think the current flash deal of the Imp of Love for 400 gems and 50 VIP points and everything is worth the $10? It's okay value. It's slightly worse than daily gems, but you end up getting a legend instead, and it's instant instead of having to wait for 30 days. But it's an okay offer. It's not insanely good, it's not insanely bad. It's a decent amount of gems and it's Imp of Love. You can easily get Imp of Love from just opening gem or Glory Gem Guild or VIP chest though. He is in the drop table right now. All of February and all of March he's in the drop table. So even if you don't already have him, you'll most likely have him by the end of that time. But it's an okay offer. Is where I would place it. You would more so do it for the gems than the troop. And there's no immediate need to spend gems, though. Like, there's no kind of event going on. But you could put it into, like, 50 gem keys or something, which costs 450 gems. Would be your best bet, most likely, if you were to spend those gems on something in early to mid-game. It's only $7.99, but that's because Euro is worth slightly more. Because $10 is not equal to 10 euros at all. 10 euros is like 11 something dollars. Almost $12. Let's see. You know this team with Valkyrie, you're hoping Tacet give a decent team with full blues? What do you mean by that? Because you can't use 4 times blue if you're using Valkyrie. You could use 3 times blue. And that's a nice thing to do in Guild Wars if you're doing, if you are in mid-game or early game and you don't have as many options. You basically use the mana generator for the day with everything else. So for example, if you're on, let's say, Yellow Day, you could use either Mercy, Bunny, or Alchemist as one of your mana generators. And while that would make it so you don't have a pure color team, you would just have 3, and then your one generator would not be of the color. But you would have a lot higher chance of actually winning just because you would have a proper mana generation to synergize with all of your troops. But yeah, it's sometimes a good trade-off to make sure that you just get the mana that you need and to actually win the battles. Because there's no point in running pure color if you're losing like nearly half of your battles. It'd be way more points if you use only 2 colors or 3 colors but win almost all of them. Oh, this is that really annoying barrier one. Because I never have anything good to get rid of his barrier. Because most teams that run quickly like this don't actually have a poke option to get rid of it. And given that I'm using Thief, I definitely don't have one. Normally if we were using Titan, we could do it off of a Skull Explosion, but I can't do that now because we have no Skull Explosion. Because we don't have that trait that does an explosion every 4 times, 5 times match. You hear it has been nerfed? What has been nerfed? Let's see. What combo do you use with Ellcarjen on Purple Day? I use Hellcat, Ellcarjen, Infernus, and Umberwolf. It's a little bit dangerous because Hellcat tends to die pretty easily. But we're basically banking on Hellcat getting up quick enough that we could just win the entire battle off of it. That's pretty much the whole premise with that team. You just go, get Hellcat up, feed right into your Ellcarjen, get Ellcarjen looping, then win. But yes, Hellcat does normally die. But assuming it doesn't die, it can go pretty quick. Freeze tends to be the biggest thing that tends to interrupt it. But that's with pretty much all loop teams. Any team that's running Ellcarjen, that would be an issue. Unless your entire team ran immunity to it. Which I think is slightly hard to do on Purple Day. Plus you wouldn't be able to have the proper mana generation for him, even if you did. Okay. We'll go take the red. Take our purple. Oh, I'm gonna take purple. We do need purple, But the main color I need is Dawnbringer to do that. And there we go. If you have a suggestion for blue team with no Mythics, no Dawnbringer, no Doom Weapon. Corvash, Azura. Hero using... Normally it's Dawnbringer, so I actually don't know what it would be without it. But yeah, there's 2 structures to the team that I like using for it that would basically use the cheaper options. It's basically Corvash, Azura, Hero as Titan, or anything that seems like it would be useful in 3rd slot, followed by any other troop as a damage source in last slot. And the other option is Farce Troll, Azura, Hero class in 3rd, with whatever weapon ends up fitting. And your 4th slot is a really good green-blue damaging troop. And those are the 2 biggest options, I feel like, that don't use any Mythics whatsoever, nor any of the Doom weapons or anything. As far as specific weapon, I'm not fully certain, just because there's... Normally it's Dawnbringer, so I don't know exactly what you might have laying around that isn't Dawnbringer. But teams structured around that seems to be decent. Worst comes to worst, you're basically structuring your whole team around Azura. Tends to be a pretty good way to play out Blue Guild War days more often than not. She just gets a lot of stuff done simultaneously. She has Dispel, she has stat reductions, she has mana accumulation. As long as they don't have something that specifically removes all blue, she should be fine. To build around. I am looking for anything that we could use. Unfortunately, there is nothing. Okay, he'll take that down. We'll go take our poke. Take our red just to wipe out his entire team. Now we're going to bother directly hitting the bird because he's blocked by 17 mana. That's not really going to be an issue. There we go. Bronzelock Pistol, yes, we actually ran Bronzelock Pistol today. You couldn't run the exact same team, but you can run Bronzelock Pistol, Azura, Queen Jezebel, and 1 other troop, and you could run with that, and run your entire team around a Dragon Guard Bronzelock Pistol. That's somewhat what we did today, except we used the 2 mythics of Skady and Champion of Anu. But instead of those 2, you could use Azura and 1 other supporting troop. Probably a damage source. But yeah, Bronzelock Pistol, Queen Aurora. Actually, you'd probably put the Azura up front. Bronzelock Pistol, Azura, Queen Aurora, and then just 1 other option that you have that fits. Yeah, you can run that as well. And you'd run it with any hero class you have that has triple skull damage on burning. Assuming you have Bronzelock Pistol fully maxed, which I would highly advise if you're running that team. Because that's one of the few things that Bronzelock Pistol is pretty good for. It is the best burning weapon that has a chance of gaining a skull afterwards. So it's really good with things like Warlord hero class and Dragon Guard hero class, since you can normally get a follow-up of a skull, which will do over 100 damage, if not more. It normally one-shots pretty much anything in the game. Oh, he better not get that. Ah, he got the summon. Okay, well, that's not too big a deal. All we have to do is get another Dawnbringer. I have a bunch of pokes I can go use too if we really had to. I'm hoping we don't, but we'll see. Okay, we'll take our skull there. Okay, we'll just have to use it. Let's just poke them already. Took our skull. Not gonna wait for Dawnbringer. Just use those, and there we go. What is a class event team without Dawnbringer and Mythic? Early on, it's any AoE weapon. And then you switch over to Mang for the later ones. But as far as the team, there's pretty much no good options. You would just throw down Snow Guardian, Freya, and like, that's pretty much it. Those are like the only good things you have. I guess maybe a Queen Mab if it doesn't conflict if you have it. There just really isn't much. Yeah, like Snow Guardian, Freya, and I guess Queen Mab, just kind of put it in there. And then your hero weapon early on is any AoE weapon. And later on, it's Mang, and that would be your team, as Titan, of course. Because you could just solo the entire thing with Titan. You don't even need a team. Your team is Titan with Mang, and that kills everything. But everything else is kind of there to assist it a little bit. There's no links that we could use, though, and everything else is just kind of poke here and there, and that's about it. It's a pretty lackluster event as far as options to choose from. because there's basically nothing to choose from, and the few options we do have are all horrifically bad together. And just bad troops in general for the most part, other than Queen Mab and Scotty. This is even a bad troop. The only reason we're even using it is because it pokes and because it counts as a yellow, which in the case of Dawnbringer is useful. Okay, we'll take that down. Grab a blue that way. Get another Dawnbringer. That's not going to be enough to wipe, but it does bring them down pretty low. We'll just get Skull distracted. I do not have a free turn off of that, but we'll grab that. Get a little bit of mana, do this, and I can actually kill off a mana burn. There we go. And now we just need to find one more Valraven, and then we get all of our rewards. Do I know what a good Lady or Nerial team is? Vinoxia, Lady or Nerial, something. I completely forget what that one team is. But there's actually a pretty funny combination with Vinoxia plus Lady or Nerial. It's one of the few teams it's pretty much the only team I ever use Vinoxia for. And it's one of the only few teams I use Lady or Nerial for. But I actually can't remember what that is off the top of my head. I think it used Valkyrie and then like Queen Mab in last slot. I think it did, because that was before hero classes came out, but I guess you could replace out the Valkyrie for like Mountain Crusher or something. But I'm pretty sure it was Vinoxia, Lady or Nerial, Valkyrie or hero with Mountain Crusher, or you could even put that up front if you really wanted to. But then you don't have Vinoxia skulls, but either or. And then your last slot's Queen Mab, so that you can keep using all of the excess blues. And you basically just keep spamming that like crazy over and over again. With all the similar colors that they end up creating, you just have the entire board filled with it constantly. Actually, I guess, never mind. Not Mountain Crusher, but the better option would actually be to use the other version of Mountain Crusher. You would use I, if you're going to bother using Hero. Yeah, you'd either use Valkyrie or I. The I from All Seeing Eye, I forget what that's called, Jar of Eyes. Either or, because that creates a blue storm. It still does what Mountain Crusher does, so that'd be more useful. Since you get the entire board filled with blue, which you definitely need if you're running that many blues on a battle. But yeah, Lady or Nerial, I personally feel like she's a little bit underwhelming, because you have to build a lot around her for her to be able to get extra turns. I personally hate every single thing that has a double convert, just because of their inconsistency if the board is not in their favor, like excessively in their favor. You have to build up the entire board to be perfect for them to actually want to hit correctly, which is always really, really annoying to have to do. And it's just kind of tedious sometimes, especially when they keep missing over and over again. But, yeah, that's basically what you'd use. Vinoxia, Lady or Nerial, Hero with Jar of Eyes, or Valkyrie, either or, and Queen Mab. That's about the strongest team you're going to get with Vinoxia, and one of the stronger ones for Lady or Nerial. She's also occasionally put with explosion teams just to feed it HP. I don't know if there's any good HP buffing troop that boosts based on HP that she's really ran with. The main reason for that is a lot of the troops that boost based on HP do not utilize her coloration that she creates. Most of them are not blue or green, or even if they are, they only use one and not the other. Like, Petrus, for example, only uses the green but not the blue at all. Let's see. Move that over. Is the new legendary worth getting multiple copies of, in your opinion? I got 2 because why not? But for the most part, a good majority of his battle just comes, or a good majority of his value comes from just 1. The only extra thing that you really get from having multiple of him is the extra magic per turn. Though I don't feel like there's any team that would actually utilize it just for his magic gain. It's an aspect of him, but it's not something that you would go out of your way for just to use. But he does do 1 magic to all allies per turn. It's just that having 2 of that per turn, or not per turn, but whenever you take extra turns, I mean. But having double that effect isn't really that huge, gaining 2 instead of 1 magic every extra turn. That's, oh no, for having to put 2 of him into your team. Because as far as his cast, it's the full value of his cast would be negated if you have 2. The only thing you'd really be getting value-wise from him is his little trait. It's kind of like the inverse of Infernus. when you run multiple Infernus, while it's still technically usable, you lose a lot of value because his entire all of his traits basically become useless because it's completely pointless to have multiple of all of his traits. And basically the same thing ends up happening with the Quillen. Basically, the only thing that you get value off of is that one trait, but all of his other traits like that Yellow Storm and his ability become completely pointless if you have multiple of them. But yes, bottom line, you only really need one. I highly doubt anything will ever become meta that uses two. The only thing recently that I bothered really getting two of, well, actually, technically I did two of this one too, just in case, but of like bigger stuff is Megavore. Megavore was one of the only few that I actually got multiple of. And while most teams these days do only use one, it is still kind of funny using two of him in Delves. But yeah, just get one copy. Long story short, just get one copy of the new legend, it's fine. You want to try leaving this week with one copy of Yagway and one copy of Quillen. If you don't currently have that, you should be playing a lot of Gems of War this weekend if you have the time. Just because it's a Vault of Key event. So you'll be able to get a lot of Vault keys, which will give you a lot of other keys, like gem keys and event keys and stuff like that. But yeah, if you have some event keys laying around and you don't have Yagway or Quillen yet, I would highly advise it. Definitely at least get Yagway if you don't already have it. Quillen's not as needed, but he's still a lot of fun to have around, especially if you already have Divinia fully traded. I mean Divine Ishbala, not Divinia. Your opinion about the Imp of Love troop? It is useless. Just got it yesterday. Is it worth it? No. There's not much it's used for. Lamia tends to be better than it, and most of the other charm options that are really huge right now tends to be better than it, like Lust, for example, is a much better option. Lamia is normally a better option just because it has empowered. There's very few instances where Imp of Love would really be worth using. And by very few, I mean basically none. Can't think of a single one where it's more viable than something else. It can be similarly as viable as like Lamia or something, but very rarely is it actually more viable. Oh, why did I take green when there was a blue available? Fail. Alright, we'll just do that. Get our Dawnbringer down. Throw some pokes, go from there. Okay, is that enough to kill? No, it is not. This thing is so useless. Only 26 damage. Okay, well, let's go for another Dawnbringer. Is it Lamia? Lamia. Yeah, I guess it does have an L in there, doesn't it? Right at the start. Yes, basically every single imp is useless. There's two imps that are less useless than every other one, though. It is Winter Imp and Imp of Love. They are the strongest two of the useless imps. Though do keep in mind, there is a chance they might be buffing imps in the future again. They already did a slight buff, but they might be doing another slight buff. But, yeah, Imp of Love and Winter Imp are the two best, with Winter Imp being the best. The reason Winter Imp is the best is they all gain the same amount of magic, but Winter Imp does true damage, so that naturally makes Winter Imp better, simply because it's true damage and not normal damage. And in the case of Imp of Love, while it does have a slower start than Lamia, it does have a split damage that tends to clean up the troops. And it does have an option that can still hit when none of them are next to each other. One big issue that a lot of charms have is that they become useless after the troops are no longer adjacent to each other. But Imp of Love does have the nice capability of still doing something, even if they are not specifically adjacent to each other. You won't get the charm, but you'll still get the split damage, of course. So she still gets to, or still gets to do something even when there is whenever they're not next to each other. Whenever there's a hole, like let's say they're in first slot and third slot, most charms do nothing, but she still does something because it has split damage. Imp of Love. How can you delete a team? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You just put troops over top of it. That's how you delete a team. Not sure what you're specifically asking with that. But you just drag troops over top of it, and that's how you delete it. Well, you're not technically deleting it. You just always constantly keep replacing it out. But let's go claim all of our gems. And there we go. There's a 25 free gems. And as long as it's less, or as long as it's more than 1 gem per minute, it's worth doing whatever gives gems. And that is technically worth it. I forget how much time that took us, but it was less than 25 minutes. I know that. Anyways, but yeah, to change out your team, all you have to do is put stuff over it. So, for example, let's see, what do I have that I can replace over? Cross mage class, we don't need this. Oh no, I changed it to a beastly bow team. But this one wasn't really working out that well. But yeah, all you have to do to change out your team is just put stuff over it. You never actually delete them at any given time. You just always keep replacing things over top of them into whatever teams you want. But yeah, you never delete any teams. You just keep replacing them with stuff, whatever you want to use for them. Let's see. Hello, Neil. Welcome. Do you know the chance of finding a gnome on any given battle in Vault Weekends? I believe it's about 1 in 15, though I do not know the exact rate, but from my experience, it's somewhere around 1 in 15. Somewhere around there, give or take. Okay, over to the Warrens. I believe I had one delayed. Yes, I did. I still had yesterday's delayed. I think we'll just do one for now. Most of these I tend to just do off stream, but we'll just do one for now. Of course, this is just us doing our shard grinding. Trying to get more shards, trying to get more gold whenever we get a Cedric room. Oh, good. At least we get to see a Cedric room. We got 0 yesterday. We got really unlucky with them. But luckily this time we do see one. Just check out all the rooms just to make sure we know the pathing we want to go for. And it seems we now know. We'll go there, 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 there. And that is our path. Okay. And we'll, of course, just use Greed Team. Greed Team gets an absurd amount of gold here. Even slightly quicker than PvP whenever there's a Cedric in the area. It's the only time when factions are actually better gold rate than PvP. I'll throw key down, get that down again. You better not move us. I gotta wait now. Okay, good. You better recast. Come on, recast. Go. Come on, you know you want to. Don't get a kill. What are you doing? Okay, I'm going to take a random skull because you should cast any second now. Please, go already. Let's see. Do it, do it, do it. Nope, he just wants to take out that greed. There we go. Okay, now he dies. Okay, so we got the annoying battle done. Now the rest should just be a cakewalk since we'll be able to get the extra Cedric damage in a couple rooms. Let's see. You're trying to build one with Iron Guts. Do you know any blue troops or weapons that boost attack? Queen Jezebel would probably be your best bet. She deals not only boost attack, but she deals damage based on attack. So after he does one Devour, you're pretty much one-shotting every single time you cast Queen Jezebel. Other than Queen Jezebel, there are others. I'm trying to think of a viable one, though. Like, for example, Luther is one, but he's not really that viable. But yeah, definitely Queen Jezebel, for sure. Like, that should be basically your entire team. Is 2 mana generators with Queen Jezebel and him. You don't even really need anything else other than that. Just make sure they're stay mana generated, and you're pretty much good to go. Yeah, I can't think of another attack buff that fits under blue that isn't horrible. That actually does it on someone else. If you have Champion of Anu, that ticks it up slowly over time, 1 attack per turn. And it makes other attack buffers like Queen Jezebel do more as well, since it's extra magic per turn and, you know, 1 everything per turn. Yeah, about every 5 minutes in Explore is about how long it takes. And you can win about 3 to 4 battles per minute, approximately. At least in end game. Earlier on in the game, it's more like 2 per minute. But you can reach slightly higher than 4 per minute. It is technically possible. It's possible to get to around a 13-second per battle for the full rotation of a battle. Almost close to 10 seconds, though it doesn't consistently stay at 10 seconds. But overall, I would say it's possible to average around 15 seconds per battle. Pretty consistently. Oh, I forgot to cast Greed. I've been being pretty good about not forgetting that. I don't know, I've just been off today. Just one of those days. Okay, let's see, we'll get our Destroy there. Guild Wars in particular was definitely off. But I'm even forgetting to cast Greed. I do this like almost every day now because we need to farm it. Yeah, I still forget sometimes. Okay, and after the next battle, we just have an absurd amount of free damage. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, then again, actually, if he kills Cedric, it actually doesn't matter. I still don't want him to kill Cedric, though. Because if he kills Cedric, we're about to get 5 more Cedrics, or 4 more Cedrics. after we do this next room. So even if Cedric died, it wouldn't even been like he died. How many souls per kingdom after all 35 challenges, if done, on Warlord 4? I don't know. It depends what your other bonuses are, too. Because your VIP bonus affects it, your armor bonus affects it, which should be 100% if you're using Celestial or Death Knight. But, that's not the only thing that affects it. So I wouldn't be able to know exactly. But, I believe it's 5, 10, 15, 25, and 100. I believe are the soul amounts you get for each. But each one of those soul amounts is boosted by whatever your multiplier is. If you have like a 2.65 multiplier, it'll be multiplied by that. So let's see, what would that be then? Oh, but then you'd also have to take the Warlord difficulty. I don't know, I guess we could calculate that out real quick. Let's see. And I'm not going to count in-battle souls. I'm just going to count in-battle souls at 4 per battle. So let's see, what would the math on that be? Let's see, what's Warlord difficulty thingy give? That gives, let's see, 100%. Or 125%. Okay, so 125%, you would add that to whatever your base is. Let's just use my own to calculate it, I guess. Let's see. Could be slightly less than this, though. Where'd it go? Somewhere's in this page. What am I looking for? I'm looking for all my bonuses. Where are they hiding that these days? There it is, bonuses, duh. Let's see, 130, 85, add that to 185 plus, what was the other number I needed? 125. 125. That's a 3.1, and then you take a 3. Or actually, let me do the other math. 3.1. So let's see. We had 4 per battle. That's 20. 20 plus 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus I believe it's 25 plus I know for sure the last one's 100. So we get that. You times that by 7. There's 7 of them. Yes. You times that by 7. You then multiply that by the multiplier, which was 3.1. And that would be a total of... Why does that seem lower than it should be? It's a total of 3,797 souls. But you can obtain that in, like, what, 20 minutes? Approximately? 20 minutes, 30 minutes, probably less. But, yeah, it's not a lot. It's really outdated. The reward is still the exact same from when it first started. But yeah, I got just under 4,000 souls from that. Which seems about right, actually. That's not counting if you're actually using soul farming while you're doing it, though. In which case, it would be a lot higher if you were. Anyways, let's go back to Warrens. So we just killed our Cedric, so now we get to one-shot everything so ridiculously easy. What mythic is best to craft after Infernus? Ferrous Raw if you don't already have it. Ferrous Raw is used for soul farming. And other than that, you'd most likely want to build into a certain game mode, depending on which one you want to do. Like Wardbreaker, Ketris, High King Iron Guts, anything that works really good in any specific game mode where you're struggling currently, or where you want to function better. Like if you're liking factions a lot, you might want to pick a good faction troop like Iron Guts. If you like PvP, you might want to pick like Wardbreaker or Ketris. If you like Guild Wars, you might want to pick maybe Elma Grim to synergize with your Infernus, because you can run that on red and purple. Same for Tower of Doom, for at least the lower levels anyways. What do we need here? I need a brown. Nowhere's to be seen. Just pick the green. Start getting Egg Thief up. Comes to worst, we could just get that for mana. Boom. And dead. Off of absurdly high damage off our 600 gold cap. 100% of that is, or 100 of that is from Cedric on our team. The other 400 is from the money bag trait after doing that Cedric room. We end up getting that money bag trait on everything. That's a bad one to look at. Let's see this one. We get the money bag trait, which is 100%. Of course, the default's 100. Gives us a total of 600, which is quicker gold than PvP, if we can actually win quickly enough. More often than not, we normally can, because you just throw key into key, because key does 300 something damage, which is enough to one-shot pretty much anything. And there we go. Okay, we'll take this room, take the other one, and be good to go. Hopefully it doesn't transform us here. Hello, Goober! Welcome! Also, does anyone else have any other questions? Oh! I forgot a redeem code. Let me do that now. Because we're actually ending out the stream soon. I almost forgot the redeem code. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Let me know. Because I'll be heading out soon. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. And we'll also be back tomorrow morning. We'll be around in about 13 hours from now, give or take a little bit. But around 13 hours at around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be running a bunch of Vault event. I don't believe we're getting anything else other than Vault, but still, Vault is really nice. It's actually sometimes pretty good if we don't get anything else during a Vault event, because that means we can just focus solely on farming an absurd amount of Vault keys. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I'm probably going to be in Explore all day tomorrow. Maybe not necessarily all on stream, but I do want to get the grind done. No Tetris 99. No, probably not today. We might throw some more in there, but given that the Vault event's coming out this weekend, most of my free time is going to be, any free time I have is probably going to be going towards Vault event on the next few days, and I just want to rest up tonight for the most part. But anyways, let me go get the code. Let's see, put that there, boom, boom. But yeah, Tetris 99 is a lot of fun. Would definitely highly advise trying it if you have a Switch with the online thingy. Definitely worth at least trying. But yeah, we'll probably be playing that game a little bit more, maybe next week. Hopefully learn some Tetris skills. I've been looking at some people who are like absurdly good at it, that do moves within like half a second. I could definitely never do it that quick. But I need to start learning like the strategy for it if I'm going to be playing it a little bit more. But it's quite a bit of fun. Been ages since I played Tetris. Forgot how much fun Tetris is in general. Let's see. Move that over. Grab a yellow to brown. Get our green that we need. Is Jamie a new mod? No, I believe Jamie's been a mod for a while. I just don't think he talks too much, if I'm not mistaken. I have a lot of really old mods too, like people from like 2 years back that still probably watch ever so occasionally. I do need to go through that list probably eventually and just revamp it some in the future. Because I'm pretty sure we have people from like 3 years ago or something. Or almost 3 years ago. Who might not even watch anymore. No worries, you guys will always remind me of the code, of course. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or anything I may have missed? What's a good Sea of Sorrow team? For high-level delves or mid-range, or what are you currently running? I believe I ran Skull Spam for Sea of Sorrows, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, I didn't run Skull Spam for Sea of Sorrows. I ran Skull Spam for Thorns. Wait, what did I run for Sea of Sorrows? Sea of Sorrows is red-blue, right? No. What is the restriction? Well, it was blue-brown. You can just run Key Team. If it's blue-brown, you can run Key Team. Oh, no, you can't. You can't run Egg Thief part. I think I ended up running a Iron Gut team, if I'm not mistaken, because that was around the time Iron Gut came out. So I ended up just running pretty standard Iron Gut with, like, Mountain Crusher, Apothecary, Iron Gut, and, like, one other supporting troop. Possessed King, I don't think exists at the time. Oh, no, it's Castle. But I don't think I ran it with Possessed King. I just ran it with something else. But you can just run normal Iron Gut there, if I'm not mistaken, if you happen to have it. That'd probably be the strongest thing for running that one. Pretty much any delve that can run the full Iron Gut team or similar ones is probably one of the better things to run these days for it. It's one of the few things he's really good for. You left Sea of Sorrows at level 100 ever since the first event? Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you level them, unless you're farming it. In which case you want to just keep it at the level. But if you're not bothering to farm them, you might as well raise them to as far as you can possibly get them. But anyways, guys, anyone else have anything else to mention? Otherwise, I'll be heading out for the night. Don't forget to go use the code if you haven't already. Let me just go copy-paste it again for any of you that may not have seen it. But definitely go make sure to do it. We'll be back tomorrow. Mainly going to be doing Vault-related stuff this weekend. Definitely make sure if you have free time this weekend to go grind some, as it is a lot of free resources this weekend, since you'll be able to get a lot more vault keys than normal, and vault keys have a lot of valuables in them. And particularly useful this week, since it's actually the best way in the entire game to gain physical event keys is from specifically doing these events, from these treasure gnome events, because you can get drops like 3 of event keys off of the normal gnomes, and you can also get bulks of, I believe, 10 off of the vault key itself. So there's a lot of vault keys that could potentially be earned. You could easily get like a few dozen of them if you're still short on getting the Quillin or Yagoi or both. Or just trying for more of the Mythic, or whatever else you want to use them for. Anyways, guys, hope you all had a good Valentine's Day. I will catch you all later. Have a good weekend, and goodbye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.